Coming to you today. It's 12:26 a.m. so it's 11:22, so November 22nd. Um so it's Wednesday, and there's a lot of skepticism about laser and where it stands right now, and I just kind of wanted to clarify my opinion on where it stands right now. Um, at the moment, it's at 146 days, $185 funded deposits. That continues to keep growing. The profit paid has been locked in as the same since last week, and I can kind of show why. So I'm going to go into my desktop. I'm already logged in. Um, if we go to transactions first, I'm going to show that. This shows where the red is paid. So the last time paid, and there is some here, but it's a very small amount. 2.7 million was dished out on November 14th, and November 13th, 2.25, and then on the 15th, which was the last day, only 11,000 was paid out, and they locked it up then. So if you look at these, this is what happens on the weekends, because you would be kind of stupid unless you're leaving on a trip to deposit money on the weekend when it doesn't accrue interest unless it's a weekday. So Monday through Friday, you get paid interest on what you have put in. Um, so at the moment, you could see we're getting record numbers coming in as far as people starting to buy in again, for November's 22nd. So I even made a video yesterday. If you wanted to look back at it for the 21st, by this time yesterday you had like half this, um, for the day. So people paying in are rapidly increasing, and I will show you why. People are going to become more and more believers of this site because they are sticking to their word and what they're trying to do. If you look right here, withdraw, I put in a withdraw for $500. I have only pulled out $31 so far, so this will be my first big withdrawal. I'm at a level where my max withdrawal limit is 500 at a time, but I can do it. I can do a withdraw, I think. Is it every day for that amount? I can't remember. I have to look. Um, but I will be getting that. It was a 48-hour countdown. It's already down to 31 hours. So, am I guaranteed I will get this? No. I will let you know though, and you can see if it's pulling out, because basically now there's no holds on withdrawals. There's just the time clock countdown, which is standard. If you look at my, see, is it transactions? Give me one sec here. I still get lost all over on this site, so I apologize. Here we go. So on my account, you can see I'm at 209 credit score. I will be honest, it takes a lot to get to 1,000. I already have 5,000 in this. Now, not 5,000 invested, but I've accrued to 5,000. I would think that you would create a point system around per dollar. You know what I mean? It kind of would rank your success based on the accrued interest you've taken. The accrued interest that you've reinvested, I think, should be a model. And they've said there's a bunch of different things. They even said that um, your credit score is dependent on if you're in the forums and on the chat. I can't even figure out how to get on the chat, honestly. I haven't really looked into it much, but you have to like download something to be on there. Um, and and sorry, these buttons are the ones making the noise if you can't tell. So, um, how to boost my credit score. Credit score will automatically set your profile status, account profile section based on your investment, team building, withdrawing activity, investing more often with bigger amounts, sharing your success stories, building a strong team, as well as efficient support ticketing will definitely help you. So, support tickets, I've actually put in support tickets just asking the same questions other people have. Um, I'll even go to one of my support tickets here, and it does take a little bit of time for them to get back to you, but it's understandable considering their team is smaller. Um, so in here, there's a big thing. You could even pause this video and kind of look over it if you want. Basically, it's talking about them going to um, their conversion feature will be 1 token equals $5 from basically your available balance is what AB stands for. What those tokens for, there will be a limited amount of them pre-sale at the ICO start. Those tokens people exchanged from their laser, I don't know what the O stands for, laser online available balance will be able to bring them profit or profits. Details will follow. You will be able to buy new tokens as well in order to increase Laser Online account balance tokens growth, so it will be as a bonus for those who passionately waited for it. Anybody who will decide not to convert their account balance will have to wait for Laser Online platform to be restored and back to normal. Uncertain. Well, honestly, I think it's already before this. So technically, they waited, and I think it's smart. They didn't want everybody to pull out and freak out. They kind of locked things up while they were installing this. And you could say that's unfair, whatever, but I wish they did come out and say something, but they couldn't say anything without freaking people out too. No matter what they're going to say, they're going to freak out people. So honestly, nothing's really changed. This amount's come down a little bit because there was an issue that I had today when I did a deposit. I've done a bunch of completed deposits, and I threw in this like $184 amount, $100 amount, and what it ended up doing was kicking out this $500 from my investment into here and just sticking it into available balance. And I'll tell you in a minute why I am holding that $58. I'm trying to, now that I understand how this works, I want to save some money. So right here is your laser coin balance. This is brand new. Nobody's seen this unless they've been in it the last day or two. And then this button counter came up recently too. So right here's your active investment. I have $4,981 in, accruing interest every day. So I get $12.50, and I'll wait around for 50 seconds and you will see it pile into there. And this is your available balance. This was kind of new as well. There was some of this here, but you didn't actually notice it before because it was all up here. So they've moved things around a little bit, but it is getting better. So laser coin, I'll have my laser coin balance, my available balance, and then this balance right here is basically telling you this is Bitcoin that was deposited in, then accrued interest, and then it spat it out basically as available balance, and basically it's telling you that it's all Bitcoin. I don't have any Litecoin in here now. I might start using Litecoin if I start actually buying it like I should have, but it's gone up that I haven't. But I think you save a little bit on fees transferring Litecoin if I'm not correct. I think I am. So right here I'm going to click on this, convert your available balance into laser coin tokens. And I'm not going to do this right now because I want more. So I will click on this. So this is why they held the transaction, because now there will be a hit if you select wallet to convert. To convert will cost you. So I'm not quite sure on what you're converting from or to. If you basically take the laser coin balance and you convert it back into Bitcoin, it might say that it's 9.99 fee. Um, but I will definitely convert when I can into into the Litecoin because it's $6.99. Anyways, with the laser coin, it says right here I have $58.06 available balance. This will grow in a second here. And it says you are about to convert your available balance into laser coin tokens. Those tokens will be used at the Laser Online ICO campaign pre-sale, and we will become an equivalent of the future platform mining operation returns. Converting your available balance can be done only once, and when finished, your balance cannot be restored. So basically, it's saying you have one shot at putting your money in until you can buy at the ICO campaign. I'm not good with ICOs and stuff, so a lot of you will probably understand this even better than I do, but basically, this company is now gaining more value, not less. It's got more backing behind it now, and now it's going to technically have its own. It's not calling it, is it? Yes, it is a laser coin. Before it was said token, and I'm like, well, is a token a coin? I don't know. But it will now start trading it. So buying into it right now, for instance, if you dump your money into laser, you accrue interest while you still have basically 11 days and 16 hours. How much can you accrue in 11 days? Basically, if you started right now, you almost have 12 days. And it's sorry, you're not going to have 12 business days. This is 12 days counting from now. So you're going to have 5 days in there, in between there, and two with Thanksgiving being off too. I think those might not even count as investment days. I'm not even sure. I don't know that because is it a business day or still count as a business day? I don't know. But I'll be able to see if I'm making money on Thursday or not. Um, so 11 days, but let's say you dump $1,000 in, you make an extra 440. You take that 440 and put it into laser coin. That coin might be great to start with. So, and I think this will shoot off. Think about it. If BitConnect came out one day and said we made a coin and we give you 12% a day, how successful would they be right now? I think a lot more successful than they are. At the same time, people could say, well, 12% is not sustainable. Well, they've been doing fine with this. I think this company's been growing fine. The only altercation was the transferring of Bitcoin into the account and then withdrawal. But honestly, this whole thing functions very well. If I want to do a withdrawal and I want to hit the 5806, I want to withdraw the Bitcoin. I then put in my PIN and it then tells me 24 up to 48 hours. 24 is dependent on how much you're pulling out. So for instance, with this amount, I think if it's under $100, it's only 24 hours. If it's a higher amount over a certain amount, then it is more. Um, but I think you actually, they want you to pull out money as much as you are putting in as well. They want an equal balance of it. They don't want you pulling out every bit, just like with BitConnect. You're stupid to pull out the interest as you make it until you've made some interest. So let's say 60 or 90 days in, you start pulling money out. That's a lot smarter because you'll end up making a lot more money in the end, and yet it's one thing if you need the money tomorrow, but if you don't, and you say, hey, I don't care either way, I'll have it in 3 months, then you're better off waiting to start pulling money out because it's going to accrue a lot faster from the start. Just like it's going to be a lot faster to throw in $1,000 or $2,000 now than 200 now and 200 the next week. You're going to get there twice as fast. So, um, I'm more comfortable now. Last week was a little bit eerie because everybody's sketched out. People were talking crap on my video, basically saying like, are you even awake, or do you have your head under a rock or whatever it is. No, I understand what's going on. And to me, if the environment in the crypto realm's all about everything being a scam, then it's not going to last. I think the people truly in this realm to build all of this, and you could say, oh, that's easy to do. They can do that in a month, whatever. I think it takes a lot to create something like this and build the structure that it has. And I don't think they'd be making these buttons and turning it into an ICO and doing all this for nothing. I think every day are like, hey, what's the next step that we can make to even make this greater and more believable? And so I stand behind the CEO of the company and what he's saying. And here's my referral link. I'll kind of show you how this works. So here it is right here. So if you set up an account, you can basically copy and paste this and post it anywhere you want. They also have other links as far as your downline. So this kind of explains it all. You can post these on wherever, on any of your blogs or whatever you have. Um, and people can click on these links and get to here, and then it creates this. So your level one's 5% at 200. And then your level 2 would be anybody this person brings in, this one active person brings in, will bring in more down here, and then that level 2 can bring in a third person and you get 1%. So my total, I've only made $10 so far. I have 2 people signed up. One of my friends, Aaron, he was gonna put money in, but I think it took him a week to deposit his money into his Bitcoin account. So if you want to do this, if you watch this video and you're like, how do I get into this? I recommend setting up a Bitcoin account, or sorry, a Coinbase account. I will have a link in the description for that. If you set up a Coinbase account, let's say you put in $100, it will give you $110 for the transaction. I recommend for your first transaction to be with a debit card or a card not your checking account. And the only reason why I say that is it will take 7 days or so, and even longer sometimes. My friend did it and it took him 10 days to get his money from Coinbase. Yes, you're paying a more of a fee, but honestly, the day you put it in, you'll have it into your Coinbase wallet. You can transfer that money over to this site here, and you can have it building interest immediately. So if you put $500 in to your Coinbase account, you transfer 500 over here. Yeah, with the fees and everything, it'll probably be $512 or $14, $15. You're gonna make $220 in a matter of 12 business days. So it accrues very quickly. Um, and that's with you. Let me think about this. Return of investment with initial including and paid within 12 business days. Large deposits. So off of 500, it accrues 12% daily. I just want to double check this. If you make 12% off of 500, let's just make it 10. Just make it easy. That'd be $50. So like 50, oh what, $56. So if you had 56, and then from that amount in one day, 10% of that. God, I suck at math. I can't think at this point tonight. Basically, not even sure if that's reinvesting it. If you're reinvesting it, you're making 12% daily. Let me think about this for one more second. 50, even if you said that you made 50 10 times, 50 times. I don't think that's even reinvesting it. What does it say here? If you put in 1,000, you're gonna have 440. So every day, if you made, what's 10% of 1,000? It'd be $100. $100 a day off of 1,000. So that's, God, that sounds insane. Um, yeah, so off of 1,000, 10% of 1,000 is $100. So if you put in $100 every day times 10, you'd have $2,000. And that's at 10%. But off of that, you're still going to make 880 if it just sits there. So technically, if you're not even reinvesting it, that's why I moved up so fast. My 1,500 in a matter of 2 weeks turns into $5,000. So yeah, if you're reinvesting it, it's accruing quicker because it's 12% on that amount every day. Because basically every day, if you took $50 and every day you said it made you $5, that 55 the next day is going to make you another 240, so you're going to then end up with like 6240. See what I'm saying? And then 6240 is going to get you a higher percentage. So the number grows a lot faster than what they're showing. The return on investment. So your return on the investment of $500 is 220. But if you're reinvesting that, it's a lot higher. So, because that's why I wasn't making any sense. I was like, if I put, it can't be right. If I put in $1,500, why would it tell me? And I've been stuck on this for a couple days just because I'm so bad with percentages. But $1,500, and you could tell me if I'm an idiot and I'm completely wrong, but I put $1,500 into it, then it would mean that I would only have, so 2160 plus like another half a week, so not even all this. I would only be at like $2,600. But after the first week, I was pretty much at $2,600. So your money grows so fast. This, like every single day, look at these deposits. This is one day. So in one day, we're going to add this up. Let me find my calculator. So in one day, today, we're going to do 21st, okay? 100 plus 28 plus 112 plus, I'm not going to count that 178 because that's, one of them was me attempting it, and I think I did it as a deposit instead of a reinvest. Plus 51 equals So $369 just today. That's just insane to me. I want to check the day before just to see what that says. Pull that calculator up again. We'll clear it. So I have 369. So it should be less than that for the day before. But I'm thinking it's actually going to be very similar because the first time I've had an issue with deposits, reinvesting deposits, um, was with the kicking out that $500. So if I go back to the 20th, yeah, we'll do the 20th. I got 960 plus 20 plus 20. $84. Okay, so it is less. So yeah, you could see how much in one day I'm gaining an extra $100 almost from day to day with the accrued interest. So, and if I didn't put that $500 in as a withdrawal, but I need to do that because I pulled $500 from an account that honestly people would tell me I'm an idiot for pulling for based on the risk, but hey, it's paying out. Um, I wanted to get that $500 in there as fast as I can to shoot me up to $5,000, and then from that 5,000, I can just keep working this. And guys, you got to think about this. The chances of this still being around for even a couple months would be amazing. And I think it's going to be around longer than that. I think a few more months minimum. And something would have to really happen. Who knows, because at the beginning of the year what laws can come up or what can happen. But this could be actually more of a stable platform than the currency realm itself. And I'm not saying I'm fully investing in the alt currencies right now, but I think this in itself is kind of on the outside that almost can keep it somewhat safe, because right now in the altcoins it could be very vulnerable. We don't know. Bitcoin could soar through the roof and it could hit $10,000, or it could just drop back down. And I don't think it's gonna drop down. I'm not even gonna put that out there because I don't believe that's gonna happen. But we never know. And if it did, I don't think that's gonna affect this currency much. I think it would actually bring more people to this platform. So if you're interested, I say only put in this what you are willing to risk throwing away. But every decision you make in the cryptocurrency realm goes that way. And like I said, I did do a withdrawal today. It says that it was confirmed and it will be pulling it out. It's literally going to deposit is it to my checking? No, it will deposit to my Coinbase account. So if you want to do this, set up a Coinbase account if you already have one. Get Bitcoin or buy Litecoin. Honestly, I'd buy Litecoin. If you're going to buy Litecoin, it's going to be cheaper to buy into. And then from Litecoin to transfer it over here, it's very easy. You're going to basically go to your account. You're going to set up either your Bitcoin address or your Litecoin address, and it's going to deposit. And right here, this tells you exactly what you need to know. Daily withdrawal limits $500. This is what you start with until you get to 1,000 points. Payout speed up to 48 business hours. Automatic schedule, yes. And if you go to do a withdrawal and you hit the amount, it then gives you the guidelines like, oh, if it's under $100, it's 24 hours. If it's over $500, it's or if it's up to $500, but it still gives an amount for like $1,460 or something like that. Anything above that, it's um, it's more time or something. But I'm like, it won't even let me do that. So maybe there's a rule where it does let you pull it out once, like once a week it lets you pull out more money or something like that. I don't know. But automatic scheduling, they do have that, so I can set it up to automatically pull out a certain amount a week. So it has all the things set up to not, it's not about locking you in and not giving you withdrawals. And I think tomorrow we'll start seeing withdrawals being pulled out. Um, Not positive, it might be held, I don't know. But regardless, I think that it will be back up and I will be able to pull out money. This is another thing here. For you guys that have channels and ways of broadcasting more, they can do a much better job than I can, because I know my channel is nothing amazing, and I know there's many of you out there that can do a better job than me. This gives you a 7% referral. Share results and get 7% to affiliate one program. So this allows you to set up, I think you just have to contact them, and I don't know why it says open my account for free, because I already have an account. I think this is if you want to apply for representation to get the 7%. So what this does is your affiliate program rewards if 1,000 invested as an example. So if at a level 1, if somebody invests $1,000, you get $50. Representation of if somebody puts in, that doesn't even make sense. Oh, that's 10,000, sorry. They upped the amount here to a lot higher. I was like, well, if it's 1,000 over here, how do you get 700? Um, so if somebody puts $10,000 in, you're gonna get $700, which is a huge amount. But honestly, if you look at BitConnect and how these guys have it exploding, I think that's it. I'm praying that I can get some of those guys off of BitConnect into this realm and start sharing it, because honestly, I think this has just as much potential to be where BitConnect is today. And BitConnect could be falling apart because it's trying to play a currency as in it stands under Bitcoin. And anytime it doesn't fluctuate correctly with Bitcoin, it's going to drop off and then it can fail. And really, this platform, you're investing in a company, not so much of the currency itself. The currency is actually more um, risky and volatile. This platform is less volatile because you're literally just investing in a company that buys laser technology and resells it. Um, So I feel like every time they get a little bit more money pumped in, they're actually have a project that they're already working on to actually build off of that. So, and look at, there's people in here with 309 members, top people. Can this be beat? Definitely. If I get even one freaking YouTuber on here, 40 refer refer bonus check, 45,000. So to me, yeah, this doesn't beat BitConnect in the sense of like the amount of money that people are making through referrals, but I think it has full potential too. And two, I think I'm offering somebody a lot more for less risk, honestly. I think BitConnect is just as risky. So you got to treat them all that way. So you can see now I already have $83.47. I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to do reinvest. I want to wait because I want to, no, screw it. I got 11 I got 11 days to do buying the laser. I'm going to shove this in here. I'm going to make as much money as I can, and then the day or two before it, I'm going to throw in maybe, let's say, $1,000. We'll see. I don't know how much those coins are going to be worth it, but I'm willing to take the risk on that for the sake that I think betting on my risk on this company, you could say it's a big mistake, but honestly, it's to me my fastest move to the top of where I can potentially get in the year, in the next year. If this was around for another year, I could potentially quit my job and just play off of that money, in my opinion. So, I probably won't do that, but I would have plenty of residual income coming in that I can then just sit in Bitcoin, work off of that. So, 83.47. We're going to do. Actually, I found that it works better if you don't put in. Once in a while, it just kicks it out. You just hit this accept here. It says deposit transfer sum should exactly as request. Otherwise deposit it will not get credited. Bitcoin deposit may take up to 12 hours. Did I set it in as deposit? Yes. Did it again. So whenever you do that, it basically will say this deposit button. It will then come in here and show, if I hit that confirm button, it will show it in here processing, but it will leave it as processing. So I'm just going to do the 83. No, maybe I did have it right. You reinvested. Your reinvestment was successful. God, I can't talk tonight. I'm sorry, guys. 1:03 in the morning. So I'm going to get out of here. $4,964 invested now. Basically off of just what I threw in there, just that little $83. That's going to make me $36 without reinvesting it in 12 business days. That's insane. So, yeah, you could say it's not sustainable, but the company is making plenty of money. The only danger is the fees of transfers. If they can't afford that, then they're going to say, oh, well, we can only do 10% now. They've basically held the 12% standard. They, at the very worst, I think that they would say, hey, we do need to lower we're going into our next phase and we're going to lower the interest rate to 10%. But they're not trying to be greedy and tight about it. I think it's more about just making sure it works. I have noticed the big investments have slowed down a little bit, but this might just be for today. Yeah, this was from yesterday and into today. So, um, yeah, if you guys have questions, please ask. Um, take this at your own risk. I'm not telling you to do it. I think it's just worth the risk. If you're gonna throw $300 into altcoins or 400, right now I have 809 in altcoins. Not a lot, but if you saw my last videos, go look at how much this has grown. I think I started with the 650. Now I'm at 809 because these are growing. So yes, I am making money in this, but honestly, to go take another $1,000 out of laser in a week and throw it into this, I'm gonna make that go that much faster with money sitting on the side. And guess what? I've put just about an equal amount of investment into laser as I have all my other currencies, um, between just sitting in Bitcoin and then on these through Bittrex and stuff. And I'm going to be pulling out of here as my positions get are good to pull out of. One thing I will show you guys is today on the high end we had Steam. So I had in here a buy at 14022. That was high, and it was the other day. Um, and the only reason why I sold one right here at 13520 is because it was either like it was gonna go and just dip again, and I wanted to at least lock my position in without a complete loss. And at the same time, I said, hey, and if it shoots up right past that, I'll lock it in at a peak because it's going to peak out. And sure enough, it did. I literally got it at the 171. What was it? 170, 172. You look up here, 172. It's like up at the very top. I sold out here. If you look at like the 5-minute chart, it was up there. So right here, it was at 1,298, and I bought in at 146 or something back. Go to the 30-minute chart. I bought back over here, right where it was over here. So I thought, looking at this chart right here, I saw these kind of coming up, and it slowed down, and I think I bought right around here because it's like, oh, I think it's going to shoot back up again. And my mistake, I should have waited for things to flatten out a little bit more, but that's, you can only play it so safe. So um, I would have loved to get in here. I was trying to sell some of my other positions because I was like, I gotta buy in here, and I couldn't do fast enough. And I saw this little tick right here, and by the time I even changed the page, or no, it was right in this one, but before I even changed the page, it was already kicking up here, and I was like locking in this amount real quick because it shot up there fast. So that's one of the best sells I've done so far. But yeah, you watch for them. You buy in these flats like this. It's it's Steam. Steam's up in there in the top like 20s. You can expect when anything gets flat like this, anybody's ready for any one of these little bumps to take off. And you can see right here, bump, bump, bigger bump, and then I think Bitcoin was taking a slump here, and so it dipped down still. So um, yeah, I do pretty well on the Bittrex market too. Like just I'll do little buys in here and sell right around here and then buy down low again. So I day trade. A lot of guys are like you can't day trade or you shouldn't day trade the altcoins. To me, watching the guys day trading regular stocks to me looks like a huge pain in the butt. It's actually easier to play on the hypes when something gets hyped, you know, half of half of your success you can relate to this site right here. You could just sit here and you could be like, oh, this one's if they numbered these as in moved up 3, moved up 2, moved up 1, I would just be watching that. I'd be like, oh, this one moved up 1. If it moves up 2 or 3, I'm going to jump on it. And you can honestly, just looking at these charts, sometimes I'll be like, ooh, that one's down. And sure enough, I'll go over there, and in 5 minutes, I'll be flying up. Like, here's one right here, Monaco. It's at a place where if I'd be watching this, and yep, like you're even seeing a little bit of a kick here. So if you get in here and you see it start to level out, you got a big dip in here, and you start to get a buy, and you start to see this chart kind of carrying up just a little bit. um, you get this up and it gets level with this again, I know it's time to buy because it's already inching up. So you just watch them, and honestly, just the percentage points going up. You start seeing that. You can't always guarantee it, but if you look at most of them, all the swings look very predictable a lot of the times to follow, especially with like things like 10x. 10x once I know 10x is going to go up. Like I'm in here in 10x somewhere around here, and I'm just waiting for it to swing up. Um, I'm in Steam. There's the Steam. Um, I don't have any BitConnect. I did, and I sold out here, and it went up here. So I got pissed about that one. Um, um, HS shares looks good too. Um, it's not on the, let's see here. It's on Allcoin. It's not on was it Bitfinex or what am I on? Jeez, Bittrex. Thank you. um, so yeah, I'll get out of here. Thanks guys for watching. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Please leave some comments. Um, if you want to try out Laser, I'll leave a link in the bottom there. It actually allows you to create a, what is it? It allows you to create a demo profile so you can just kind of see it. They are very straightforward. You can watch videos on this guy basically talk about the company. They're, it's just, they're pretty boring, normal people, I would say. So, um, yeah, I say give it a try. Um, and if you have any questions about setting it up, let me know. So, um, I still do use BitConnect, um, and I then have some. So today, Genesis Mining opened up more mining power. You can actually buy hash power right now. Um, I'm not logging into it, but you can buy hash power right now. And I actually tried to buy it today. I did a whole video of it, and when I went to put in my information, because I was buying it through one of my cards, my Wells Fargo blocked it out. I got even a call from Wells Fargo, confirmed that it was not fraud, and they still blocked me out, which tells me when people are talking about your banks shutting you out from um, depositing Bitcoin into your account or anything like that from a Bitcoin site or anything like that, I think Wells Fargo's already there with not allowing me to buy into BitConnect. So I use my credit union and I need to deposit money in there to do that. But Genesis Mining, there is actually some other contracts out there. I will be doing a video on some other options that I'm going to start looking into. I think this whole platform of investing in companies that give you freedom to mine different currencies and less selectively. There's one company out there, I can't remember the name right now, but you can actually buy 3 years of hash power and then that 3 years goes away. But as you use that hash power, what you make out of it, you can actually reinvest for more hash power. And so if you do that, like a lot of it, let's say you take 80% of you put $500 in, that hash power then gives you, let's say, a couple $100 to buy more hash power. You can buy the hash power and then you have that hash power for life. So the 3 years of hash power goes away after the 3 years. So if you work within that 3 years of building it up, you gain a lot of power. And I've seen some videos of some guys in like other countries and stuff doing it, and it working really well from them being in it. And they're like, oh, I've only been in it for 6 months, and you see them growing that hash power out from the side. They end up doubling their hash power than what they bought in the beginning, and then they have it for life. And two, they allow you to use that hash power to mine multiple currencies. They can have 4 different types of currency on one block of hash power. Um, So like Genesis mining, you basically have to buy Zcoin or whatever the different coins are completely separate. Um, so I'm gonna look into that other company. I do have 15. Um, I have 1.5 terahash with Bitcoin mining right now, um, but I think that there's gonna start being better options out there. Um, Not to say that Genesis mining isn't bad. I will leave my link for Genesis mining if you want to use that code. It will give you 3% off of buying Genesis mining. If you're looking for kind of an easy, just generic route, I totally recommend Genesis mining. Um, and to me, being on multiple platforms is even better anyway. So I'm happy that I did Genesis mining. Um, but I'm also thinking with the fact that it locked me out from paying it with my Wells Fargo, it started making me think, should I do another investment into Genesis mining, or should I start taking a look into actually investing in my own mining platform or something like that? So I'm second guessing if I do want to make that jump, because right now my money is a little bit tight and tied up in different things that um, it might be good to utilize the money in a different way, so that I have, because I almost want to forget about Genesis mining. I want to like forget about the site and check on it every like 4 or 6 months, 4 or 5 months. And that's the other thing. Genesis mining, if you buy a contract right now, it doesn't start till February or beginning of March. So you have a little bit of time for that. So I was thinking, like, I might hold off on that. But if you have a couple $100 to throw at Genesis mining and say, hey, I'm going to have this for life, to me it is a no-brainer. You could say yes, the difficulty is going to get harder and harder, but I think something's going to even out that problem, because it will have to. Um, it can't get so difficult that it's not profitable, or Bitcoin will become a problem. So, all right, guys, I promise I'm getting out of here. Have a good night. Please follow and subscribe. Um, And if you want to check the little bell, it will give you notifications. I am going to start doing videos on currently what's going on while I'm trading. So if something pops up that I say, hey, this is looking promising, I'm going to get in and out on it, I wanted to post almost immediately, and then people can possibly, you know, get in while it's good. So um, I've been doing really well with buying in on low ends of most of the things. Only a couple have I done, and it was kind of off of just like throwing it in there. And I do go on a little bit of risk sometimes, where I'm like, hey, it's 50-50, it might go down, but I always know that it's going to go back up to at least where I was at. So I still buy at safe levels. Maybe not at the best level sometimes, but typically if I'm buying in and I post a video, even it goes down a little bit more, you're even in a better space than I am at. So, um, all right, guys, have a good night.